everyone. Today I'm making a video on how to grow a mango from a seed. One day I was eating a mango and I thought, is it possible to grow a mango from seed? I decided it was, and after doing some research and some experiments with a few mangoes, this is what I've come up with. You can grow this with any type of mango seed, but make sure it's the variety you want and it will perform well in your climate. Now I'll show you how exactly to get the seed and grow it. So I ate the mango, obviously, to get the seed out, and I cleaned and dried the seed as much as possible. After this, I carefully slid a knife into the flat part, because this is where the seed is not there. Where the bumpy part is, this is where the seed is. And once you make a careful slit with a knife, you need to just, as soon as you can get a finger in, just pry it open. And you'll end up with a seed. This shell is what's protecting the seed, and now this is not needed. So this is the seed, and this is what we'll be growing. Some seeds are bad, some are good, so you might have to try with multiple seeds. This is what I'd suggest. Just clean off this paper, because the main problem with growing mango seeds is them rotting. What does not come off easily, you can just leave on. Otherwise, try clean as much as possible. Once we've cleaned it, just give it a quick rinse, just to get off any dirty stuff, and we can start the growing process. So now we can move on to the growing process and how to germinate this mango seed. I've got a fresh, wet paper towel here, not dripping wet, just damp, and a brand new Ziploc bag. I'm using these brand new ones because they are very, very clean, and this will minimize the chances of rot to the seed. So I'll just have to wrap this mango in this paper towel and make sure it's nice and damp, which it is. Once it's well wrapped and you're sure it's nice and moist, you will just pop this inside the Ziploc bag, like so. Now you'll see other methods online, but this is the method that has worked for me best, and you've got to be really careful with the chances of rot, so this is why I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible. Ideally you should label this with the date and what's inside, but I don't have a pen with me at the moment. And now this is ready to germinate. Keep this in a hot place, and ideally slightly dark with no direct sunlight shining on it. After that, just check it in a week or two, and make sure you check often so that if it starts to germinate, you can take it out. Let the root develop a bit, and don't take it out as soon as the seed splits open, because you want the root to be nicely developed for when you put it into soil. So after we germinate the seed, and once it's got a nice long taproot, we need to transfer it into soil. This is a plant that I transferred 1 month ago. As you can see, it's doing pretty nicely. Once I germinated it, I just put it into soil. This is 100% compost, but make sure that the soil you use is light, free draining, and very nutrient rich. When you plant it, you need to make sure that the root is facing downwards and the seed is on its side, if possible. I haven't fed this with fertilizer yet, although I've been watering it often. And you've got to remember that mango plants, their roots grow very deep, but not very sideways. So you can't see it from here, but if I show you from underneath, you can probably see some roots coming. It's time to transfer this soon. I'll leave it for maybe a week more or so. Just let these leaves mature a bit, like the ones at the bottom. After that, I'll probably do some bonsai off it, since I live in a cooler climate. If I do the bonsai of it, then I can keep it indoors, whereas mangoes are tropical and they do not like the frost. I'm doing this in a cooler climate, but in a more tropical climate, you can plant this outdoors now, and it does take quite a long time to give fruit. 5 to 10 years, depends on what type of seed it is, and it's just like a lottery. But it makes a really nice house plant, and make sure you stay updated with my channel, and I'll show you how to do the bonsai of it so it stays small and mature. This way you can keep it indoors, and it's a really nice addition to any houseplant collection. I really recommend doing this if you want a nice houseplant, or if you live in a tropical climate and can wait a few years, you can get some nice fruit out of this. And thank you for watching. Good luck.